I'm going to give you the demonstration how to play La Piedrera. For an example, you're going to start playing La Piedrera. Let's see.
This is the 9th year the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center has offered accordion classes to aspiring artists. Music director Juan Tejeda believes this commitment to conjunto through classes and the annual Tejano Conjunto festival will help to ensure the music's growth and continuation.
Conjunto music is actually a synthesis of music. The German settlers brought the button accordion over to Texas as best we can estimate during the mid-1800s. And introduced it to the Mexicanos living here in Texas and in northern Mexico. And us Mexicans picked up the accordion. We liked the lively music, and we adopted it, if you will, and combined it with other instruments, the guitar, the bajo sexto, and began utilizing it in our music, singing and playing polkas and rancheras and the waltzes and the chotices and the redobas and so forth. And basically, since that time, actually, we've been developing our own unique style, combining it with the European music and the polkas and so forth, and now singing in Spanish, and developing something unique to our culture. The conjunto music is not mechanical. It's not a synthesizer. It breathes. You know, the accordion breathes. It's a living art form, a living expression of the Chicano people that we're very proud of.
Because if you don't have any basis on the accordion, then it's going to be hard for you to get the rhythm of the music. For an example, you know.
I firmly believe that it will live forever because it's very popular. It's, you would say, the voice of our people. And because of that, and because of the living tradition aspect of it, it's carried on from generation to generation. Accordionists, their fathers taught them how to play accordion, and they in turn now are teaching their sons and daughters. And through classes such as this, we're putting in our grain of salt of preserving and promoting this tradition throughout the world. So I feel very strongly that this tradition in conjunto music and the button accordion music will never die amongst our people, and that it's only going to evolve. There'll be changes, but it's going to last forever, I believe. It is through music that we really preserve our history, our beliefs, our culture, our language, and our whole system. Music is very important to our culture and to any culture.
The Guadalupe is fortunate to have one of the sons of Conjunto's pioneers and an artist in his own right as an instructor over the past 8 years. Santiago Jimenez Jr. brings a rich tradition of music to his students.
Well, I learned how to play the accordion by seeing my father practicing at home. You know, I was about 8 years old when I used to see my father play the accordion at home, practicing, and I would feel it, you know, that I could feel it that it was going to be in my blood, that I was going to play the accordion like him. I started when I was young, you know, and I never thought that I was going to be a recording artist or doing some tours all over the United States. And now I see these young kids that are very interesting, and you know, I would like to see them do the same thing I'm doing. It would be an honor for me to see them. And since this is our first lessons,
one of Santiago's students grew up in an Anglo part of town, graduated from a largely Anglo university, and is now working as a white-collar professional. Russell Guerrero became interested in the music while in college.
And my parents never listened to conjunto music. It wasn't until I got to college that I really heard it for the first time and that I really started enjoying it. Not so much because it was part of the culture, but because it was so vibrant and so lively and so danceable. And so I did get the courage to buy an accordion, and a couple of years later I got the courage to enroll in classes. I didn't know what to expect. I knew a little about the teacher, Santiago. I knew about his reputation, and I knew that, you know, he came from a very distinguished family. But other than that, I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. When I came to class the first time, I found out that all the students were just from all over the place. I mean, we had men, women, all different ages, all different backgrounds, but we were all brought together because of the love of conjunto music. Practicing with Santiago, I get something from his father, and his father is a legend, and he passes something on to me. And, you know, sometimes when you think back, it's a very overwhelming thought. I mean, it's like someone learning to play guitar from someone who learned from Elvis Presley, you know, or someone who learned from the Beatles. I mean, these guys may not be on their magnitude, but they're the ones, the pioneers of this music, and so it really is special. There's something about listening to an accordion, especially live. If you're walking to an event, you can hear it far away. It just sounds like it's just floating on the air. You can hear almost every note of the accordion. It's just floating, you know, in the wind. And when you get closer and you hear the rest of the instruments all together, it just makes you feel happy and it makes you feel good.
Valerio Longoria is one of the trailblazers of conjunto music. A National Heritage Award winner, this master of the accordion has been sharing his love of the instrument with students for 9 years.
I feel happy when somebody learns, you know. Maybe I'm not going to last too long over here, but the accordion going to keep on playing. A lot of my students that I teach, and I feel happy when somebody learns to do it. That's what I've learned. And in other words, that's what I like about it. Anybody can learn accordion. It's by ear, and anybody can learn from 6 to 90, I think. Not over 100, but I have some people over here, 81-year-old. And right now I got a little from 6, you know, young, and from 6 up.
"17-year-old Rosalinda Salas has only been playing the accordion for 3 weeks. Encouraged to take lessons by her parents, she's happy she did.
My first lesson when I came in, he was really understanding because I didn't know how to play. I had never played before. And he was real understanding, and he showed me how to hold it, and he told me where the buttons were and when I had to pull and when I had to push. And then when he plays, he makes you feel real good. You feel like you can feel his music, you know, it's all over, it's inside of you and everything. It's like he's a real good player, plays really well. At first I kind of had, you know, doubts that, well, I won't be able to play this. I mean, it had so many buttons and I didn't know what any of the buttons meant. But once I started playing it, I was really glad that I took it. I'm really glad my father talked me into taking it.
It's just something, it's in our blood. It's in the blood of our people, because since we were little, we were raised, you know, going to the conjunto dances and being in the dance halls and in the parks, and our parents listened to it on the radio. It's roots music, and when we hear it, it strikes a very familiar chord within, you know, our souls, and it just brings you back to your roots. And that's really, it's just a feeling that you can't describe, that's within us, and that makes us feel good. When you hear conjunto music, you know you're home, you know that you're with your people.
Music for all generations to enjoy and pass on. Conjunto is indeed a vibrant and living tradition.
Telecommunications